All right, man. Welcome back to DaRealistConvos. I am Taz the Realist. Today, we got the Transaction Project with us. Now, what's good, y'all? Welcome to DaRealistConvos. Today, we have a special roundtable episode featuring two black trans men, Jason Taylor and Zahir. This conversation is part of the Transaction Project, where we uplift, educate, and connect black trans men through real conversations. Today, we're talking about some of the most important and sometimes controversial topics in our community, from chasers to representation, relationship, navigating life as a black trans man. But first, we're going to start off with some questions from the supporters. Before we get into that, I would like to introduce my boys, man. You know what I'm saying? Good. All right, so we got Jason Taylor. He's known as a drag king, professional dog groomer, and an adult entertainer from Houston, Texas. Zahir is mostly known as a traveler because this nigga is never here. He's never here. He's a great traveler.
You got the world to see.
He also has his own podcast. Know what I'm talking? No,
I'm talking about.
I couldn't say it like.
No, I'm talking about.
All right, so we're gonna get into a couple of questions from the supporters first. The first question is, how did we all meet?
Shit, Jason, I forgot how we met. It was like 2019 or 2018.
I'm not sure the year, but it's been some years. It's been some years. I don't know how we met.
I forgot how, but as far as how me and you met, all I know is I've been knowing about you for a minute before you transitioned.
Same.
Then I hit you up like, hey, let's collab. And we just clicked, and that's how it
Been my
happened.
nigga ever since. You feel me?
You know how some people be like, come on, let's just do a bros night, and it kind of feel forced.
Yeah.
But like when it naturally just flow, like how it's happened with us,
Yeah.
it's even better. It's rewarding. And people be like, how can we like kick it with y'all? It's like, bro, just
Show up.
yeah,
Like,
that's all it takes.
Please
If we
stop
got
asking us,
chemistry, we
can
got
you come
chemistry.
kick it? We post it for y'all to come. It is a
Right.
public event
That
for you to
part.
come kick it. All we ask is y'all just come kick it with us, be your authentic self. Don't feel like you have to fit in. This ain't no, what's the word I'm looking for?
That's it.
Yeah, like everybody is welcome.
Yeah, we can't help that we're cool. We can't help it, you know? That's all I gotta say. Yeah, how did y'all meet?
How did we meet?
I met you at a party that DJ Drummer was DJing at, that pool party. And it was you, Mungie, and somebody else. And we was just chilling. I think I was smoking a blunt or something like that, and we was randomly talking, and then he was like, yeah, I know you. You Taz the Real. I was like, yeah, I know you too. I follow you on Twitter.
Oh.
That was the conversation we had.
Okay.
And he was like, I was like, it's cool though. You know, I don't judge. You know, you cool. And after that, I think we just ended up just like linking up on some random shit.
Yeah, and I would come to y'all shows. I'm like, damn, I fuck with this music and shit. So.
And then I started going to his shows, and I was like, oh, this is what you be doing.
Okay.
I like
support for support, dude.
You know, and then we just really just clicked after that. You know what I'm saying? And Jason has showed me a lot of different things, like with spirituality, and you know, learning my true self. And ain't nobody ever had me at the beach feeding the beach. I'm sorry. He was like, oh, I'm getting this, and I'm like, he was like, oh, this is for the offerings. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, we get there. I think it was some what did he have?
Was it fruit?
No, pork rinds, right? And I love pork rinds, right? I love pork rinds. So we in the ocean, you know, he had his music playing. I'm like, okay, we gonna pray and stuff like that. Nigga took the pork rinds and in my head, I'm like, no, the chips. What you doing with the chips? He was like, no, these are offered. I said, oh, so you feeding? But it was a good lesson to learn. Nonetheless, it was a good lesson to learn. But I was really hot about them chips.
It's okay. I remember we had got some molasses. It was like molasses. 'Cause I didn't know what y'all was doing. I was like, oh, we getting some flowers. Okay, cool.
That's how I was the first time. I'm like, okay, we getting some.
Y'all some new shit.
Sound freaky.
Nah, but you know, when I started learning that shit, though, I ain't gonna hold you. My life really just started shifting for the better. Like,
okay.
You know, so.
I appreciate that, bro.
It's hard to find
Healthy.
friend circle.
All caps, healthy.
It's hard. It's like that's when I started realizing like you can have history with somebody but don't really have history. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
chemistry.
Nigga, I got a wallet full of Polaroids of us. Like, and I be like, damn, I don't even have these with people I've been knowing for years. Like, we don't even have those type of memories where we sit, chill,
moments and connection.
All right, next question. Who or what inspires you to live and be authentically you?
Myself, and myself saying, Because I done been through too much shit not to be myself. And I'm pretending to be somebody I'm not. So, that's me.
The first person that popped up in my head is T.S. Madison. I don't know why.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love her.
Shout out T.S. Madison, man.
Shout out to her.
Love
Love me some her.
You know what? I think that was the first person I really seen that was like just like out bold about it too.
Right, exactly. All I could think about.
Maya Scott.
Yeah. She was like, "Come on in, bigdbitch.com."
Yeah. She was going viral.
On the
Yeah.
Vine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you don't know nothing about that, don't even worry about it.
So that was the first person that popped up. And then she's trans, obviously.
Yeah.
But who else? I don't know. I can't really think of nobody else.
Yeah.
I would say probably Cat Williams. Kind of just.
Cat Williams?
Why would
That's random.
Why the fuck Cat
Why
Williams?
Cat Williams? Okay, I want to hear this one.
I need an explanation.
Why Cat Williams?
It's probably the liquor. However, just shut the fuck up. Speak your mind.
I would just say my inspiration would just come from just being myself. I was dealing with somebody that basically just let me on know what it was. And once I did the research, it was just like, damn, that's what I've been the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then that was really about it. And I just decided just to be myself. Once I talked to my family about it and went through that, it was just like I didn't care what nobody else thought. So here I am.
Have you, question, have you always thought about, like before you knew what transitioning was, have you always thought about in the back of your mind, what if I could do that?
What, like be a boy?
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, that's
how
how it was
like
for me,
even like, I came out in middle school as gay anyway, but I was always like getting caught like hunching girls. I wanted to be the daddy. Like I was always the dominant. Yeah, like I wanted to always be the dominant one, but I never understood that that's what that was. I just thought, hey, I wanted to be a boy, but I think like once I started like doing the research and I'm like, damn, this is what it is. It's like it took me back to shit like watching Jerry Springer when they be like, oh, my husband pregnant. Oh, and they would make us think like people was weird, but the whole time it was a trans man. Like you get what I'm saying? But back then we didn't know what that was, and they made it look foreign. All right, how far are you into your transition? I'm almost. It's gonna be 6 years. 6 years, yeah.
Somebody do the math. 2012 is when I. 2012. That's when I officially started medically transitioning. 2012, 2013.
13 years.
Okay, well, damn, really?
Got us beat, Paw.
2015 for me, so 10 this year. So I gotta do something special.
All right, how do you receive your testosterone? I do shot in the stomach. So, yeah.
Take it up the ass. Gluteus maximus.
A spot of ass.
I used to do the shots, but I switched to the gel now, so I do the daily gel.
That work for you?
Do you do it daily?
Huh? I'm supposed to. But it is, since it is a gel.
You ain't shit.
Since it is a gel, it doesn't last as long as a shot. Because, with the shot, you get this peak and then you come down. Mm-hmm. But with the gel, it's a daily thing. So it's only good for 24-ish hours.
You put it on your underarms?
Nah. Like on my shoulders, on my chest. Like, after you get out the shower or something, rub yourself down. Just a quick little thing. It's
like extra lotion.
Right. It comes out like a hand sanitizer, though. It's like in a pump, just two pumps.
But every day?
Yeah.
What if a nigga just start rubbing testosterone on people when they walk past?
Make you transition.
You hate us, huh? Okay. What is your sexual preference? We're still on what's supporter scent.
My sexual preference is femme queens, meaning trans women. However, I have a long history of being with cis women. I prefer women in general. Wait, no, I'm tipsy. They What about you?
It's about the same. Like, it's pretty much the same. I do date women, and well, let me say not date. Let me not say date. I have experiences with men, and I do date women. Mm-hmm. I do have a preference for trans women as well, just because I love girls. I ain't gonna lie, I love girls.
They're fun.
They are.
They're lots of fun.
They are, and they love me too. I mean, I gotta. Right now, I'm with a cis woman.
I probably know a little more wine.
My preference is women. I've had experiences with men, and that was that.
He said, "Okay, but
I'm just gonna get it out the way.
I mean,
and I'm married, so."
Yeah. But his preference is married.
Would y'all do
His preference is married.
Would y'all do polyamorous?
No. No.
What about you?
It's too many attitudes. It's it's hard to deal with one.
Understood.
I tried.
I'm monogamous as well.
I tried it. I ain't like it. All right. What's your experience been like in dating and relationships as a trans man?
Well, I've dibbled and dabbled and quite a few things in my 28 years.
Okay.
Come on, bro. You got come on, y'all.
You know who you are. Don't do the most.
Wait.
We didn't go to your experiences.
Oh, you right. My bad.
What, my dating experiences?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what
I mean,
like dating. I haven't like dated really in a while. Like,
what's the complications you came across?
Complications. People just not being mature enough. But as a trans guy, it's more of a fetish type situation. It's a complete turn off. So
no, that's actually our next fucking subject. Okay, so we got a clip from Dear Black. Is it Dear Black Man? That we're
Dear
gonna
Black Gay Man.
Dear Black Gay Man. Shout out to Jay. That we're gonna roll real quick. And this is gonna start the conversation
about trans men.
I guess I would have to agree because I can't necessarily say that it's the masculinity because I'm attracted to all different types of trans men. I don't know. I think the thought that I have two in one.
What are the two? Whatever you feel comfortable sharing. I'm not gonna force you to do it.
Two in one meaning like I have a whole man with a pussy.
All right, so from this clip, what is your feedback before I even get into the questions? Tell me your feedback on this clip. How do you feel about what he said?
Typical. That's how they feel. And in a way, I feel similar when it comes to trans women.
You get the best of both worlds.
In a sense, but I still see them as women. Does that make sense?
It makes sense because you're not going to say, oh, she still got a penis.
But even if she didn't have one, I would still feel like the same.
But that's what I'm saying. It's respect. You have the respect,
right?
Because she's still a girl,
right?
So there's no way for you to say.
You feel the difference between when somebody just see you as, I see you as the best of both worlds, versus because like the conditioning is different, right? When you dealing with trans women, how they were brought up is different from how you were brought up. So there's certain type of conditionings they have to where you kind of feel like there's the best of both worlds, but in essence, you dealing with a woman, and it feels like it don't really feel like you dealing with best of both worlds.
This one is about trans men.
Okay.
So as a trans man,
how do I feel about?
How do you feel about
best of both
the
worlds?
best of both worlds? Like, oh yeah, he looked like a man, but he still got a pussy. Like, just that line alone.
I don't know. I don't have no emotional attachment to that because it's so typical.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's how a lot of them feel. And that's why I treat them like a fetish as well.
All right, Jason.
No, I feel like I can be
Fetishizing pockets.
right. I was like, I feel like I can be
Cha-ching.
devil's advocate here because I can see it. You want the best of both worlds. Like, okay, you see me as a man, but then once you realize what I have in my pants, like you realize I have a pussy. Fuck that. You realize I have a pussy. It's a whole different thing. Now you're excited and enticed, and of course I'm gonna capitalize on that.
But my thing is, if you didn't have one and you had surgery or whatever, would the chase still be there? Would it still be a fetish for them?
Damn.
That's my question. Because my thing is, that's what make them a chaser. Because I haven't seen yet, I could be wrong, a successful gay male with a trans man or a man with a trans man with just, a successful relationship. It's more of a fetish. It's always, I want to fuck with you for the moment, and then I'm going to go back to fucking with my nigga or whatever. I said, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, we was just hanging with a successful couple last night.
Okay.
And that ain't my business.
The question is, what's been your personal experience?
My personal experience with chasers is, this is how you spot them. Let's just say that.
Let's do that.
How you spot them is if they see
Listen up, niggers. So you can know if you're a chaser or not.
How you spot them is they send you a video of them having sex with another trans man. Mm-hmm. Another way you could tell is if they say, "Oh, you really got a pussy." Like they sexualize you from the get-go.
Yeah. Starts overly sexual.
Right.
Most men.
And then
it's that, ooh, I love FTMs.
Right. And that's really it. You can just tell by the conversation, like,
which is most of them.
Yeah, but they also do it to each other. If we're gonna be honest, because they don't really, like, they have a history of, okay, two guys date. One guy will branch out and fuck with that guy's friend. They do it with each other. But I feel like I have my fetishes as well. And
do tell.
Let us know.
And does it make me problematic if I have fetishes for big, gigantic butts? Just
oh my god,
or just like
maybe I have a fetish,
big fat coochie.
Okay. How do you handle being fetishized?
I make money off of it.
Honestly, I feel like I used to be really emotional about it. You know what I'm saying? I used to feel the type of way because when I was open to actually engaging with gay men, I didn't have top surgery. They would tell me I needed top surgery. They would tell me all this criteria I would have to meet in order for them to sexually want me, right? Mm-hmm. And so that turned me off to them.
Okay.
And so I started fucking with Trey. Like, I started fucking with straight niggas, and they was cool with it. And I still can do that, but I'm not.
Because just of how people decide to approach me. Like, they immediately treat me as a sexual object. But if you're coming at me like that, I'm treating you like an ATM. Like, me and my pussy and my pH are good. Thank you. Leave me alone.
That part.
All right. Do you think that the community talks about this enough?
Hell no.
I would say that trans men complain about it, but people just kind of just write it off like whatever. Like it's just kind of normalized to ask me randomly, "Can you have my baby?" Not even knowing if I can have kids. Not even knowing
that
if I
should be weird.
hysterectomy. Not knowing if I even have those parts still. Like a lot of us complain about it all the time. We talk about it all the time. It's not heard. It's not respected because same shit still go on.
Well, next question. What does being a trans man mean to you personally?
It's not really anything like huge. This is me. This is who I am. Like, I feel like a lot of times it gets looked at like it's a trend or something.
Thanks.
And like, no, this is just the way I want to live my life.
Like for me, I
true.
used to be very open, hashtagging everything, trans man and da da da. I used to be like that till I realized I didn't want that negative feedback that comes with that, but I'm not hiding it either.
Yeah. I am who I am, but I don't have to say it all the
all
goddamn
the time.
time. Fact, same for me. Just being yourself. I don't feel like I have to broadcast that I'm trans 24/7.
Right.
But, you know, when it comes to those moments, then I could probably be who I am without second guessing it or being scared to say who I am. Do you feel there is enough representation for black trans men in media and society?
Oh no.
Same.
Like usually when you hear about us, you hear about us telling our experiences. We're never like in the forefront, like doing like the other shit.
And I feel like that kind of is for trans men in general. A lot of trans women feel shaded by that, but they do get the spotlight. And I feel like it's just more of a.
I was gonna say Laverne Cox was on Orange Is the New Black. Ain't she
Yeah, they
like,
just get more of the spotlight.
But,
and if they deny that, you're lying.
All right. How do you feel about trans men being pitted against each other? I'm going to give an example, but I ain't going to say no names. We seen 2 trans men go back and forth. Like, everybody's seen it. I mean, one has bottom surgery, one doesn't.
Oh, okay.
And they were going back and forth. A lot of people was talking about in the comments, like, you know, about one is not greater than the other and da-da-da-da. Why do we have to pit each other against each other just because one has... We still all trans men at the end of the day. So when y'all see stuff like that, or like when another trans man is trying to say this trans man don't have top surgery, or you not trans because you ain't get your name changed, or you know what I'm saying, how do y'all feel about those?
You can't negate anybody's experience. Like, who are you to do that? How dare you?
Well, we also, as quiet as a kid, we uphold it with each other. Like, say for instance, Jason doesn't always present masculine, right? They might ask him, why can't you present more like Taz? Or why don't you present more masculine all the time, like such and such and such? He don't got his top surgery, or he don't have his bottom surgery. We do it to each other sometimes, too.
Yeah.
You know
I think the biggest challenge that we have in the whole LGBTQIA community is that we do not support each other in the LGBTQIA community. The straight community to respect us when y'all don't even respect us. And it's a conversation that needs to be had. And also, what does those conversations looks like? You know what I'm saying? Because the first thing people want to say in our own community is, oh, well, you just want to be a nigga anyway. You still a girl. Blah, 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 blah. We do it to our own. I've seen some gay dude and the trans woman Cherry was going back and forth or something, going viral, and they both was reading each other, and he was just like, oh, you still gonna be a man, and da-da-da-da, and it was just like...
It's this unspoken gap between the gay community and the trans community, and that's why a lot of trans people and gay people feel like trans need to be separate. But that don't always work, because a lot of times it's intertwined. Like, I'm bisexual. I'm still intertwined in the community despite the transness.
Right.
My community is still LGBT despite the transness. So it's hard to just pick apart.
But
it's not possible.
That comes in with the identity and the orientation.
Exactly.
Like, they're totally different. Yes, they are. But
sometimes they intertwine. So it's
like a whole umbrella spectrum.
What will that solve? You go out into the world, you see mostly straight people, you see mostly straight couples, you see man, woman, and child. You know, they make it seem like
they more DL than you.
But
no facts.
I don't know.
They definitely be DL.
A lot of them be DL.
All right. We back with the realest convos. We have to take us a quick little break. We finna get back into this. Challenges and advice. What was one of the biggest challenges you faced in transition?
Kind of being like a guinea pig, because there's not much research on a lot of shit we go through. Even with our bottom surgery, is not as progressed as SRS for trans women. I feel like we still have some ways to go. Not knowing the long-term effects of testosterone, not knowing the long-term effects medically, I would say, has been a challenge for me. But and then kind of just having to Donate blood because you have too much red blood cells.
Yeah,
It's
I
kind
hate
of
it.
like that unknown that feels uncomfortable, but kind of felt like a guinea pig, honestly.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one.
And then probably social shit next. But it was a hard adjustment for me in the beginning of my transition.
My biggest one was deciding to medically transition because that's some of the stuff you can't really go back from.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, one of the things, like the facial hair growing, to get off testosterone, I think, like, your muscle mass will change back, but
Your
I
voice
can't
would be
grow
the same.
titties back.
Your
Your voice
voice-
will still, your voice will still be kind of low. I don't know how.
This
I
if
can
you
still
are
pretty
you
high.
saying if you wanted to detransition?
No, I'm like, well, stuff to think about, like,
Oh, the irreversible.
yes, the irreversible stuff. Like, so I say that was like the toughest thing for me. So I took a year before I decided to medically transition because I really had to think about that. I was like, is this something that I really want? Because I still relate to my feminine side very much as well. So I was like, is this something I really want to do? So,
At what age did you transition?
my early 20s, because I went to the military first, and then when I got back home is when I learned about anything transgender.
Okay.
And that's like, I came back home, found out like who a trans man was, got introduced to my first trans man, and then he began to tell me about his process and everything else. But he made sure to let me know, like, hey, before you medically transition or anything, think about it.
Yeah.
Because there are some things that don't change back, and then there's stuff that comes with it also.
Like socially,
Like,
learning
socially,
how to navigate
mentally,
as a man.
like it's a whole thing. Like, I got used to, the princess treatment, and now I gotta give the princess treatment. Like, 'cause what?
Now you got open doors.
I gotta
See-
open doors. You want me to fix shit, build shit?
I ain't that type of man.
Like,
Fix
we've been
society.
in both worlds. Like,
how you can fix it and where you fall short. You don't understand women, bro. I understand women.
That's
Right,
where
exactly.
that's where it can come in of being the best of both worlds instead of because you got.
Let me tell you,
got
this
a
is
cat.
how
like
women
no.
are. This is what
Like,
We
how
know
they
we
think,
used
how
to be
they
there, but
feel,
sometimes I
like-
still don't know because I be using that line. I used to be a woman and I still don't know what you want, bro.
And then you
I
tell
can't help
women,
you.
bro, this is how men think. Testosterone literally prohibits you from thinking from an emotional point of view.
Yeah,
Sometimes you don't see things from an emotional standpoint.
yeah, because you
And
be
that's
teed
just
up.
how
Be like, but
men-
you don't give a damn about how you feel. Bitch, I'm rawr.
See, and this is why I take the jail. Y'all over here aggressive. I don't give a fuck how you feel. No, I need you to feel.
You're like, why you ain't crying? You trying to take my shot today. What are we crying about? Let's go turn up.
I feel like a little of that nigga because I can really see both sides for what it is.
No facts.
Not the way them girls be looking.
That's different. Even through that, even through.
Them girls be tussling.
I don't know. I can't explain it. It's similar to having a dog. I hate to say that about myself, but that's kind of how it is.
What
Oh,
advice
whatever.
would you give someone struggling with gender dysphoria?
You might think the hormones will complete you, but that's not
That's
the case.
not-
Because you're going to go through a stage where you look like in between.
Yeah.
And this is going to amp that shit even more. You might think, oh, like, let me start hormones. Everything going to be better.
I want
No.
a lot of let me say
No.
this. I want a lot of y'all to stop getting testosterone just for the look.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a whole bunch that comes with it.
It's not a lot of people are transitioning just so I've seen somebody post, oh, I just want to get the facial structure and I'm like
The voice.
like, okay, cool, but you not transitioning. Like, it's like, what are you doing? Some is just transitioning just to do it, and it's like, if you're gonna regret this 2-3 years down the line, this is not something that you should be doing. This is not something that's just for the moment. This is our life.
I know somebody that wanted to take testosterone just to make their clit bigger.
Like, that's
If you
weird
don't
and
pump
stupid.
that bitch-
Pump
like,
it
y'all
up.
pump that bitch and just-
I I get it because it is fun, but I don't get it because there's a lot of more secondhand effects that come with that. And then also, if you don't like, I don't think people understand how strong hormones affect your mental.
Yeah.
Heavily on the mental.
Affects your physical. That's irreversible. Like, and that's a lot of shit that can,
getting it
that
for
can
the
reverse.
aesthetic.
Off with
It's a
too.
lot
Getting
of
it for
shit
the
that can
aesthetic
reverse.
is not it. And I
like
really
you
want
lose
y'all to.
yourself through some real shit, just doing it for an aesthetic. If you want the aesthetic, like go get you them little shoes to make your jawline stronger. You want to be buff, go to the gym. You want your clit to be bigger, pump that motherfucker. But I don't know. My advice for anybody with gender dysphoria is just be easy and patient with yourself.
Facts.
It's a process. Just like life, it is a process. Take your time. Don't compare yourself to anybody else because that will just bring you down.
But for real, on some real shit, my advice would be, everything's not what it's cut out to be. You.
Yeah, build your community of people, man. I tell people this all the time. You have to build your community around you of the people that support you. And sometimes it's not going to always look like what you think it's going to be. The community that you see is not going to always support you. You have to build your own community around you. And that's how I ended up being friends with these guys, man, because I built my own community. I ended up relating with the people that related to me, and we support each other. So when we do have those moments, you know, I definitely still have gender dysphoria certain times, you know what I'm saying? And I text these niggas like, look, my hair ain't done and I feel like shit. And, you know, it can be anything. So, you know, just find that community even when you do feel those moments. Talk it out. Or if you have a counselor or a therapist or anything of those sorts, reach out to those people, your mentors, and just have that conversation with them. You know, it could be different ways that you could fix whatever you feeling at that moment until you get your surgery. You know what I'm saying? Clothes, binders, all of that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have those things, reach out. It's other people that are donating these things that can help you. Reach out to these nonprofits that will help you find the things that you need to help with your dysphoria. Hey, yo, I cannot. All right. Okay. Whew. The next question is, why do you think many trans men turn to OnlyFans? Have you done it or would you?
I've definitely done it. That's how a lot of people
Now you got your hand up.
I've definitely done it. That's how a lot of people know me, unfortunately. But
Because they get fetishized.
I turned to it because I wanted my top surgery. It was 2020. The COVID had hit. The pandemic
So I
had
gotta
hit.
get these coins.
It was actually a trans woman that put me on about it in like 2018. It wasn't really, I was like, oh, okay. She was like, yeah, I make so such and such a month or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Kind of just brushed it off or whatever. And then when 2020 hit, I was like, hey, you know, I didn't know if I was going to be able to get my surgery. I was like, before I die, I got to get my surgery. And then I did it. And then, not to toot my own horn, but people wasn't showing their face like that. I started showing my face,
Heavy on that.
putting two together. I knew I could capitalize off of that, and boom. Then once I got my surgeries, I got out the game.
I did it for about a good little second.
Yeah.
And I did it for the bread, and you know what I'm saying?
You gotta
money
get your
hit,
goals.
and that was
It goes
with
back
that.
to capitalizing off of people fetishizing you. So.
Facts. Jason?
Well, I'm still currently in the game, but I really started because I just started posting pictures of myself like naked, and then I saw that it was being liked, and then I was like, why am I doing this for free? Why y'all get to look at me for free? I might as well get paid.
Cha-ching.
And then that's when I started to get DMs about doing collabs and stuff. It's like, well,
The easiest
I do
money,
fuck with niggas.
easiest money you ever made.
Like, and it was. Like, I've met some dope ass people doing content.
Around me
like,
meeting the
it
president's
was-
daughter and
it
shit.
was-
right, fuck around in the
Yeah,
back
look.
room, like, oh shit.
It was
I
the
know
president's daughter, little freaky ass.
Nothing.
I only
Hey, you know what? It's strippers that's still in the game talking about they finna hit their goals. So I can respect that, brother. I can respect that. Been years. I just want to pay off school. Bitch, then went to school, graduated, still doing that. They ain't did nothing.
Be on your masters by now.
And
I ain't even in school no more. No,
PhD.
I ain't talking about nobody. I'm just saying.
No,
at the
Sorry.
time.
So I'm gonna pause you right there. The next question is: does testosterone make trans men gay?
No. But,
That's one of the questions.
okay, listen. Before I transitioned, I was watching gay porn. Right.
Okay.
But I never. When I transitioned, I was a virgin. After I
Jesus Christ.
I always was curious about penis, but I was very.
Did you say penis?
Afraid.
Please, don't say that white word over here.
I was always intrigued by phallus. But
I was always curious about penis. All right, we're gonna go to the next question. How do you feel about the restroom situation? With now that trans men they want everybody to go to the proper restrooms. I don't know if y'all want me to walk in the restroom. If you want me to, it's okay. You're gonna scream.
Yeah.
But
I'm not gonna lie. It's been times where I had to pee really, really fucking bad, and then all the men's stalls would be taken up. And then I'll kind of peek and see if it's anybody in the women's restroom. If there's nobody in there, I'm going to go in there. And if somebody say something,
Trump said, I got to go to the bathroom in here.
Yeah.
Take it up with Trump.
Yeah.
But no, this episode is definitely brought to you for Trans Visibility Week. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to show love to us. And if y'all got any more questions, anything that y'all want to talk about, anything that we've talked about, please put it in the comments because we will be back. Of course, this is just one of the first. This is just the first layer. I gotta have these niggas back to have a different type of conversation. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to tap on who we are as a transaction project, how we got to meet and stuff like that. A lot of people kept asking about, our bond as friends and stuff like that. My last question before we get out of here is name one of the most fun times we've had together. I don't know, because we be having a lot of fun times.
I know, like, which one was the best?
Damn. I would say the wedding really solidified the friendship. Because we even went through, like, the bachelor's night.
Bro.
It really built the bond. The wedding, I would say we always have a fun time.
Yeah.
But as far as what really solidified the friendship was the wedding.
Yeah, we weren't playing. We weren't playing
because it showed that we could work through adversity, through hard times, through complicated situations, through a lot going on.
Man, listen.
We
I tried to tell y'all I didn't want no bachelor party. Y'all ain't want to listen. No, y'all gonna start listening when I tell y'all niggas something.
It was a time. Yeah.
You sir?
I'll say that.
I like our beach trips.
Yeah.
I love our beach trips.
Same.
We need another one now that I'm thinking about it.
The one that happened that night, he was trying to fly a kite in
Bro,
the dark.
That shit was hilarious.
Bro, you should have
Did
went
the toy car.
You should have went to Padre with us.
Man, Padre was awesome, man. We going back. We gotta go back.
Man, that was
that's where the spot of tea come from.
That was a time.
I would say, damn, we got a lot of motherfucking moments.
We do.
I would say when we went to one of Jason's shows, and we was in there, and we was all in there just like, woo, woo. I was like, I know this nigga hate us. You can't take us nowhere. I just think just us hanging out, period, is always cool because we can chill in the house and literally have a drink, smoke, and talk just like how we talking now. Yeah. It's not always about going out. And I think a lot of my past friendships, I felt like I always had to go out to be friends with people, and be in the club and buying sections, and then it's like it's more to life than doing that. So when I start getting around y'all, we start going on beach trips, we start going to play bowling, we start doing things that's not just we in the club.
I forgot about Cidercade.
Cidercade, yes.
Was one of the
Cidercade is always a time because I didn't know nothing about Cidercade. Not a damn thing. He was like, "Oh, you can play these games for free." I'm like, "All these games?
All the games for free. We get
all
drunk
of them
off cider, like man."
So yeah,
okay, sorry.
Oh no, that's dope. Like, so I appreciate y'all just as my friends and just as the transaction project. You know what I'm saying? Because that came off the whim. I just started texting y'all off some random ass shit, and like, hey, this is what I want to do. And y'all, you know, be there for me. So I think that's dope.
Appreciate you for letting us be a part of it.
Don't start that crying.
Nah, I ain't crying.
Y'all have any questions? Anything?
I have a question.
Oh shit.
How's married life going?
Oh, it's going swell.
That was quick.
I didn't know where we was going with the question.
I know, right?
It's going
Good
swell.
for you. I aspire to be at that place.
Yeah, I love my wife, man. Never thought I'd be married.
Hi, wife.
Look, never thought I'd be married. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like I'm missing anything really, cause you know I tell y'all bitches don't cook. I hear
Bitches don't be cooking. Bitches don't be cleaning. Like,
you know, we be in the chat. Oh, you know what? Before we get up out of here, we be in the chat. Okay, let me say this. You guys. Why I honor
scallywags.
you guys,
The
right?
same lines.
You guys that DM us
Oh my god! All across.
and send us messages, right? We be in the group chat.
Talking about shit.
Okay.
Screenshot.
First off, get some new lines and stop sending everybody the same line. That's whack.
Or just following people.
And stop
We
following
know
all of
we-
us.
Right. If we post a picture of one of us and tag the other two, somebody else gonna fuck. Like, bro, come on.
We put all that in the group chat, and I just want you to know that we know.
We compare notes.
We compare notes,
Not
and
even
y'all
you
got
know.
to females too.
Not
It's-
even about the dating shit. Just
This
you
period
telling us
is
one
weird.
thing. I can't.
Nah, but I appreciate y'all, man. This was a powerful conversation. I appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Man.
If you got any value from this, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Make sure you follow the guests, support the Transaction Project, stay tapped in for more real conversation. Until next time, stay true, stay real, and keep pushing forward. You can find me at
'cause
I
I'm
am
back
Taz DaRealist _ Just type in Taz DaRealist on Google. I'm gonna pop up everywhere.
You can find me at I do the Disney Channel. ZZ.Ray with the E. Yeah. On Instagram.
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok at King Jason Taylor. If you searching for my Twitter, good luck.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all, man. And that's us. We out at the Realist Convos.